So there'll be a lot more play space once all these thick lines are removed. So that won't be in the final product. This top piece here will be removable. The handle, if you will, that pops off, as does the pawn piece here. That's removable, just so you could do either the vintage style or the prototype. I'm going to put the secret door panel back on there. I mean, it will obviously just swing open. It's still a prototype. The elevator it's stuck right now, but it obviously will move up and down. I don't think the Shadow Beast will fit through there. But it will move up and down. Obviously, it's bigger because there's a little bit of shrinkage, if you will, when it goes from the prototype to the plastic. The same with the trap door here. That will obviously, there's a hinge mechanism, so it will work. Right now, it's just sort of resting. This is just going to be a slug piece. It will be hollowed out, the back, so it's going to be it won't be solid like this. So it'll be a little bit lighter, less plastic. So that'll just be like a little plastic piece that rests there. The swords will be, it doesn't come with those, but there'll be a little holder to put the swords. There will be a few extra, I'm just going to move Tila. There's a few extra weapons here you haven't seen before. This mace and the gun that were in the vintage, they were in one of the decals for the vintage one. So you've got the mace, and you've got the sword there. The weapon rack obviously sold separately. That was in the weapons pack from a few years ago. I just put it in there. But you do get, here is the Bat jetpack there from the Mark Taylor prototype. This is the Wind Raider stand. I just pulled this off of the Wind Raider, so that will plug right in to that hole there. So if you want to park your Wind Raider inside your castle, you've got the the Mark Taylor prototype little spin. It's the training mechanism there. So that'll come with it. You'll have, let's see, move some of this stuff. Of course, you got to have Castle Grayskull Man in your castle. So here's the dungeon there. There's two pieces. And just going to take that out there so you can see. I got Trapjaw in the dungeon. This will open the door. It doesn't right now. So you'll be able to put your guys in and out of the dungeon.
I haven't gotten a picture of that.
I hate like moving any of this stuff. It took CB and I like 2 hours to get this together. Let's see. Oh, the orb holder here. So you've got the orb holder. So it doesn't come with the orb. You just get this. So here was the orb holder that you got with Temple of Darkness Sorceress. Here's the orb holder that comes with the castle. You can obviously see this one does not fit, but this one does. So you can take the orb that you got with Castle Grayskull, or King Grayskull, pop it in there, and pop that in there, and then the door shuts. I know I mentioned I wasn't sure if it'd be big enough for a figure to meditate in. Obviously, I think you can squeeze a figure in there, but it's not really meant to be a separate room. Thanks. Oh, somebody fell. Let's see here. Oh, let's show you what the door looks like. Alright, so let's see, we got our jaw bridge. You'll notice the tongue detail there. Remove He-Man. We'll shut the jaw bridge. Obviously it will shut, but it's a separate piece. There we go. There it is shut. Here's Castle Grayskull Man.
I'm serious, it's like I'm 6 years old.
Got that. That'll just... And there will be a slot right here where the power sword can insert. So just like in the mini comic, He-Man can insert his power sword right in this little slot. That'll magically, well, not through the power of doing it yourself. You can insert the sword and then open the jaw bridge there. And so obviously He-Man can fully fit in there. Elevator will move up and down. Oh, that's what We've got another shield there. We've got the banners that move thrown in. Let's see, the throne. The throne will turn. Obviously, if a figure has a cape, it'll be a little harder to sit, but... Let's see. Flag. Stuck, isn't it? Okay, the flag's stuck down, but it's made of plastic. So that's a solid one piece of plastic there. And then the gun turret there that Man-at-Arms has, you can see he can obviously fully hold it, unlike the vintage one where the character, if he was holding or blasting with the gun, he'd be falling off. This obviously is just that's part of the prototype, that's just the peg that's holding it together. There will not be a metal tube sticking out of the castle there. Let's see. What else can I tell you? I mean, this is amazing. The Horseman sculpted this in about 2 weeks. Wow. They brought in, there were about, I think CB said 16 horsemen working on this at different iterations. This was they brought in a lot of extra help, shall we say. Oh, the ladder. The ladder, here you go, there's the ladder.
I have what looks like a paparazzi picture.
Alright. What else? I think that's most of the features. And the elevator will obviously go all the way to the bottom, all the way to the top. When it goes to the top, it'll be flush right here with the second level. Obviously a level that the vintage castle did not have. It only had this middle level. So we added a second level for a lot more play value. The gun turret will obviously be removable. Same with the flag. Yeah, you got the skulls on the top. The vintage one just had one pole. There's now 2. And 2 skulls in homage to the single skull in the prototype. We've got the computer terminal will be removable. That'll also be shelled out. This is a solid piece, but it'll be shelled out in order to make it more affordable. And so you can obviously, you know, if you want the computer terminal to be up here, you can do that. These were all stickers in the original castle, so they're now 3D. And then the same with the motto here. This piece here, that's another computer terminal. That's kind of what I mean by shelled out. The way this is kind of shelled and that's solid. That's what I mean. And it'll be even more shelled out than this. So the same with the armor. The armor will be a little bit more like this and less like that.
No, I know.
And then there's also the
Like so, I'm just trying to get
view screen.
I got some.
So that attaches right up there. Computer terminal. It's right there.
Yes.
I like having Roboto in charge of the computer screen. It just seems to work. Oh, and then these are also, well, CB kind of stuck them, but those are removable. You got the 2 flags. So it won't come with the Sword of Power and the Sword of Protection, but you can clip both there. And that can either be clipped here, or you can swap it out with the shield there. So there'll be 2 spots to clip things. The chains will be a little bit more articulated than they are here, so they'll actually be, you know, chains, not metal chains, but you know, they'll fit on a guy's arm, if you will. Those are prototypes that are still made of tough plastic. You saw this is the new mace, the new zapper. I think pictures speak 1,000 words after that. That's pretty much most of the stuff. So there'll be a keyhole there, I mentioned. You'll notice the elongated jaw, just like the prototype, and the ledge, which got cut from the original one in order to fit into the box. So you got a lot more display space, and then, you know, that'll swing open. Right now it's broken. It was not easy to get this thing together. Plastic assembles a lot better than resin.